How many days, weeks, months? I don't know. I stopped counting. You can live without sex, but can you live without love? Writes Mrs. Sandra in a letter to us. Her marriage has been on the line for a year. And it was supposed to be so beautiful. My husband and I have known each other for 15 years. We went to the same high school. The fact is, maybe I didn't look at him as a future husband right away, but I've always known that he was a good man. At first, we were just friends. He was the one who comforted me when my first boyfriend confessed to cheating. He was the one who accompanied me to my sister's wedding when my fiancé left me a month earlier. He was always there when I needed him. But unfortunately, he also misplaced his feelings throughout his studies. He even proposed to one girl, but she decided it was not the right time to start a family. Over the years, our friendship began to grow into something more serious. Then, one night, as we were lying under the blanket watching our favorite horror movie, he suddenly kissed me. I admit I was surprised by this gesture. My best friend and I in bed together? And yet, it just happened. I don't know how an engagement ring appeared on my finger so quickly. We had a wedding in 3 months. It was modest but with atmosphere. I was 33 when I got married. I thought that since we knew each other like bald horses, our lives would be a bed of roses. Today I am 35, and I know that it was the biggest mistake of my life. For the first year of marriage, we traveled a lot and devoted ourselves to work. Both he and I hold managerial positions, so we do not complain about the lack of responsibilities. A year ago, however, I noticed that my husband had changed. He came back later, and later, more and more often. He went on business trips on weekends. I understood, but a warning light went off. It even crossed my mind that he might be cheating on me. After returning, I noticed that he didn't feel like having sex. I had a feeling that he wasn't being honest with me. It was only after a few colder weeks between us that I asked directly if something was wrong. He replied no, but he has a lot of work stress now. He has to close a critical project. If everything goes according to his plan, he will get a promotion. I was relieved that there was no mistress. At the same time, I felt that he wasn't telling me everything. A month later, when I started the topic of expanding the family, a row broke out. Before we married, we agreed that we would start trying for a baby a year after we took our vows. It's been almost a year and a half, and my husband has started avoiding me. He said that we would return to the topic of the child next year or 2 at the earliest. It sounded like the baby was just another project to be done, not a little human being born out of love. I wish he had asked me about my plans for motherhood. Maybe he thinks I have nothing to say on the subject? On average, I see myself getting pregnant before I'm 40. Before we got married, I thought we both wanted a baby equally. After the wedding, I noticed that his beloved child became work. There is no time and place in his life for anyone else. Since that tavern brawl when I shouted at him that he cheated on me, we hardly talked about serious topics. We pass each other in the kitchen in the morning before going to the office. He's utterly devoted to working, and I spend my evenings with Netflix. I am alone in the bedroom. He usually falls asleep on the couch in the living room with a laptop in his hands. A lawyer friend once told me that divorce begins in bed. I fear that soon I will share the fate of her clients. How many days, weeks, or months has it been? I don't know. I stopped counting. We live like a white married couple. You can live without sex, but can you live without love?